beautiful people, it's Aaliyah Orozco, and welcome to another episode of Rise Up. I am so excited about today's episode. Like, so excited, you guys. This woman is someone who really inspires me, and she has for some time now. She is an award-winning makeup artist and the CEO of Natasha Moor Cosmetics, the one, the only, the gorgeous Natasha Moor.
You're so cute. Like, how can I not smile with an intro like that? Thank you.
Thank you for joining
Of course.
me.
I'm so excited
we
to
were
be here.
able to make this happen.
Thank you for
We are
having
here.
me.
We are here. So, how has life been for you?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Crazy, but amazing. Since we last spoke, I don't think I was engaged at that time.
You weren't.
No,
And
but
she
we
had-
were talking about that.
That's what had me laughing was, you guys, she came on, I host another show on LATV network called Get a Girl, and you came on and we were talking about if he wanted to, he would.
He would, exactly. And that's like 100% what I stand by. But that's also actually how I am with everyone now. Like, if they want to, they will. Whether it's business, whether it's friends, whether it's...
I know, I feel like I only always apply that to men, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
no,
like
it's like with everything, with
Yeah.
friends, life. And then you had no idea that you were about to be proposed to,
No.
I assume. That's what I'm saying.
No, because I invited you. So I invited her to his birthday, which was a surprise birthday party, where he turned the surprise around and proposed to me.
I know when I saw that after, I was like, no, I missed it. But I was so
Yeah.
happy for you.
Thank
so
you.
you're getting married this year?
Yes, this year, end of this year, but this year.
Do you have any plans or have you started planning it?
Actually, this is coming out in Feb. No, no plans. No, I can't. We're looking at a bunch of different places, and we're actually doing a show based on how Indian weddings and how to plan an Indian wedding, because they're all so crazy. And my fiance is half American, so I was like, yay, I don't have to be with someone super traditional. But no,
true. Oh, no?
He's like the opposite. He wants every little detail that you would think that an Indian man would want in a wedding. Like everything from, I'm not a fan of henna, mehendi, do you know? Do you know
Is
what that
that
is?
the-
Like
yeah,
they
on
have
your
this
hand.
art on the
Yeah, on the
hand.
hands.
Basically, it's supposed to symbolize your man's love for you. The darker it is.
What?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know
beautiful.
that.
It's beautiful, but I don't like the smell. I was a makeup artist for 10 years and I would be around it all the time. So for me, I'm not a huge fan of mehendi, but he is like, my wife needs to have mehendi, and it lasts like 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, so like you're on your honeymoon and you have like
Really?
orange hands, and so I'm kind of like, I don't really want that.
But are you going to do it?
Well, yeah, I have to. I have to.
I know, that's what you'll do for love.
I'll do it for him. Yeah, I told him, I was like, as long as the wedding, if he wants a big fat wedding, because I want something very simple. I think I told you in the last thing that
Time
we
we
did.
talked.
I was married before, and so for me, I don't want to have a big fat event. But if we're doing it, it's going to be because it's focused on Natasha Moor Cosmetics. So,
No, as you
so
should.
it's gonna be fun, you know. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like about the brand. It's gonna get my entrepreneurial brain thinking, which then I'm stimulated and excited about.
Well, I'm so excited for that. You have a lot of exciting things coming this year then. And I know we also just talked off camera a little bit about, she has a podcast coming out with her cosmetics brand and Sephora.
One of my best friends, who is actually the Sephora beauty director.
Really?
Yes, Melinda. She's amazing, and so we actually met in LA because obviously two beauty people, not
Yeah.
even founders, but two beauty people. I DM'd her. I slid into her DMs.
As you
I'm
should.
like, Sephora beauty director. I met her. I was like, my brand is in Sephora in Southeast Asia. We instantly bonded. We spoke about beauty, but then we spoke about life and breakups and mental health. And that was where we really bonded, and spirituality, actually. So we spoke a lot about how, what the impact of social media, for example, is on our mental health.
Yeah.
And for us, we bonded over that because for me, like what you see on social media is so different to what we go through.
That's
and
so
so
true.
we want to identify that there is there's a world where it's real, and we want to showcase like everyone's reality almost.
For you on the social media note, because that's actually a topic I love talking about. For you, someone who got to kind of see both of the worlds of like, of course I did
Yeah.
too, but I am a Gen Z, so my generation was the first generation to get social media in middle school. And I just see how much yeah, like it's had an impact on my mental health, and I know my peers, and growing up with it in high school, and now I'm in my 20s, and what my life is like, and all the comparison I feel sometimes. Yeah, what are your thoughts on social media, and how are you able to kind of, I guess, balance out real life and your social life?
Yeah, I actually have a love-hate relationship because,
Me too.
I mean, I think we all kind of do, but it really got me my career, right? Even in the beginning, even when social media wasn't even a big thing. I was posting on Instagram all my brides, and that's how people saw my work. And that's how I would travel from one country to another on a weekly basis. I was one day in Mexico, one day in Italy, one day in Bali, one day in Thailand, and that was all through social media and through, you know, people seeing my work, and obviously the right demographic, the right clientele, the people who followed me, they knew my work and they were like, okay, I like what she's doing. And so I love social media for that,
too,
for giving you the platform to do this, to do, you know, so many amazing things. But the heartbreak that really comes with it is the lack of authenticity and this whole showing people that everything is amazing all the time. And I was honestly not a victim to it, but I was guilty of doing that, where I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm working my ass off, everything's great. It's not great. I have breakdowns. I mean, I was actually just complaining about the fact that I didn't have time to get my nails done. And we were in the car and Manuela was like, oh my God, what do we do? I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to show it. This is the reality of entrepreneurship right here. My middle finger.
I know, that makes it even better.
Right? Yeah.
I love though that you share that though. I see that on your Instagram now. So at first then you weren't always open about that then, but now
I was scared. Like most people. I was scared of being judged. And you know, one of my really dear friends who's a designer, she just did something on Instagram recently. I don't think she did this on purpose, and it just naturally happened. She was on the red carpet and someone was asking her a question like, oh, what's your beauty routine before? And she had a slit where only one leg was showing. Her name is Shubhika, Papa Don't Preach, huge designer, amazing, globally like world renowned. And she's like, to be very honest with you, I only wax one side of my leg because the other side is hidden, and that's the reality of, and I was like, damn girl, like that is the shit we need to be posting on social media. That is what people need to be doing. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is why we're friends. This is why I love people like that.
No, me too, most definitely. And your Instagram is definitely a place for that for me. Of like, you really do post that. Of one of your pinned videos, like I see it and I love it, is you kind of showing like your whole life as an entrepreneur of like, obviously there's highs, but there's also lows, and there's moments of insecurity and doubt and all of that. And that's what I kind of want to talk about with you, of like the entrepreneurial journey, just how it started for you, what it's going, just all of it. Like I feel like you have so
How much time do you have?
I know, girl, we have time. What time is it? No, we have time. But yeah, let's start there. How did this passion even start for you? Like, how did you know, okay, I'm gonna launch my own brand?
It started, honestly, by doing people's makeup. As I mentioned, I was doing brides all around the world, and what I realized was there was a lack of products that suited my clients. So for me, I was like, I need to solve this problem. I'm a problem solver in every part of my life. And so I was like, I need to solve this problem, and I want to be able to target women who don't have time in their day to spend hours and hours and hours doing their makeup.
Like most of us.
Like most of us. So all our products have a mirror on it for that reason. So it was kind of that's what kind of drove me to start the brand. And then obviously the journey was, I got a divorce, I spent all my money developing the products, and then as I was developing, I went through my own mental health problems where I was just depressed and crying, going through a divorce, having people say negative things about me in our society, like you're a woman, you're traveling, blah, blah, all the stuff. And then when I started developing the products, I wanted to find almost like an escape for me. So I came to LA, I didn't know anyone, and I worked with victims of human trafficking, and I did makeup on women's shelters, I went to homeless shelters, and I just did their makeup to make them feel beautiful and confident. And I was like, damn, if these people have the same reaction as my clients who pay me money, then obviously makeup is so much more than makeup. And that's where the whole branding came, more than makeup, less is more, all of that.
And then you just happen to have the perfect name, like last name for that.
Yeah.
Like it was already pre-planned for you.
It really was.
It all just comes perfectly. No, I love that though. That's called the Happiness Project, right? I looked at that.
Yeah.
And I love that because I so believe that if makeup is like so much further than that. And I was actually telling my friend that today when I was saying that you were coming on, of a little bit about how we met was LA Fashion Week, which for me, that was a really big moment. That was like 7 months into me first moving out here, so I didn't have many friends yet.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't know anybody, and that's right when I was trying to put myself out in the entertainment industry. I didn't even know what I was gonna do yet, so I was interning for a host, and I met you, and I remember you're so nice to me, you and your father both, but then you guys, this is the moment, and it makes me emotional, because it's actually real. You gave me a lipstick, and it was Boss, that color.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
you guys should get that color. I'm telling you, that's such a good, just like everyday color.
Yeah.
But anyway, you gave me my first lipstick I know that sounds crazy, but you did. I was 19 years old, and
Oh
you
my
gave me my first
gosh.
lipstick. And I remember I didn't wear lipstick at that time because I didn't like what I looked like in lipstick. I know, she's all like, what? Because in high school, I did drill team, and they made all of us, like it's uniformity, all wear red lipstick. And
What?
Yeah.
In high school?
Yeah, in high school, because it was a dance team.
Oh, I see,
So when
okay.
we like perform, we all wear red lipstick. But anyway, of course, different lipsticks colors flatter different skin tones.
course.
So like I did not like what I looked like with red lipstick. I hated it. So therefore I did not wear lipstick. I was super insecure at that time when I met you, and then I remember you gave me that lipstick, and I I put on lipstick for the first time, I'm telling you, and it was
You're gonna make me cry.
No, me too, but it was a full
I'm emotional. It's that time of the
me
month.
too.
Oh.
No, literally me too.
Oh, you're so
You guys, this is like the first episode, and we're already all emotional.
Oh my
no, but it was
gosh.
really a rebrand for me, and I really do look back at that time of my life,
Wait,
and I'm
you're,
like,
you're actually crying. I want to hug you.
you guys, I say it's not even that serious. I don't know why I'm crying.
You're crying for our Boss lipstick. Do we have another one?
I know, that's like perfect branding
You're
for you.
so
Like
cute.
Natasha Moor's lipstick will make you cry. But no, it's more it's more of what it signifies
Yeah,
for me.
of
Like I
course.
more look back at that time in my life, and I'm like, wow, like that was just that made me feel so much more empowered. Like that was the first time I was like, okay, wait, you guys, we're gonna do a rebrand of myself. And I really did rebrand myself.
Oh
like
my
that's when I
gosh.
really launched myself as a host. I start putting myself out there more. Like I really felt like secure with myself. So I just want to share that with you, because
Thank
when I saw your
you.
happiness project, I was like, Natasha, that's so amazing, because it is like makeup is so much further of like, I don't know. I think it is like standing in your confidence for the first time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's beautiful. So sorry for the tears, you guys.
No, that's so beautiful. Thank you.
That got deep really fast.
You know, as an entrepreneur, hearing that is the most impactful thing you can do for me right now as well. It's just knowing that, because having to keep going all the time, for me it's tears like this on a daily basis, but not for positive things all the time. It's always like, shit, this malfunction happened, or this happened, or I have to deal with this crisis.
Yeah.
So hearing that, like my purpose in life is actually to make people feel good and confident, and I know it. And so
See,
example
girl, it's
right
meant,
here.
and that's why it's a full
Thank you.
circle moment. And I even want to talk about that, because for me, LA Fashion Week was like a really big networking event, and that's why I still know you. We got to be on Get It Girl together, and now we're
Yeah.
here. But even you as an entrepreneur, what would you say the value of networking is for someone that's wanting to start as an entrepreneur? I feel like that's a really big part of it, is relationship building.
Definitely.
So what has that been like for you?
I'd say that it's the most important thing. And that's why I host a bunch of networking events. In fact, just a few days ago, I landed and I was like, I want to get all my girlfriends in a room together, and I want every single person here to support each other, because they don't know each other.
Yeah.
So everyone here, get to know each other, support each other's businesses. I don't care if you post on Instagram, you wear my lipstick and tag it, like everything, but just be there to support and to network, because you never know whose network is going to help you, right? So I 100% agree. It's the most important thing.
Most definitely. So when you were saying you started to launch this, you were talking about your divorce too. Before you got divorced, was the product already launched, or were you were you already with
The samples were made, and I was in the process of launching it, and then things happened that kind of interrupted the process. So that also shut me down. That affected me very badly mentally as well. Because it's like, you put in all your time, money, effort, and then things don't go the right way. But when I look back, all of those things happened for a reason. I always say
Exactly,
that.
and that part. But that's what I want people to hear, because I think so many times, like, when you are on that journey and something like that happens, like, a lot of people, I think, could have taken divorce and, like, been like, you know what, never mind, we're not doing this, like, just kind of turned away from it, but you decided to let it fuel you.
Yeah,
And I think that's
did.
really encouraging. And even throughout your process, I have to imagine there's been times as an entrepreneur that it's been challenging, or you weren't sure about this anymore.
Daily.
But how do you, you're like,
Daily.
yeah.
Almost every day.
Yeah, but how do you stay motivated, or what keeps you going in that aspect?
Honestly, things like what you just, this interaction right here, but also getting a lot of messages from people like, oh my God, I'm out of Liquid Magic Concealer. What am I gonna do? Like, it's almost like it's the end of their life if they don't have it. And it makes me feel really proud that I could create something that I know if I didn't have it, I need it. It's almost like I'm addicted. So knowing that I'm fulfilling some sort of a need of someone, and also the fact that I can help empower people. So whether it's through my networking events and getting people to, you know, communicate. Actually, this is where your next gift.
I feel like I want Ellen.
And you get a car. You get a car. No, that's Oprah.
Oprah. I said Ellen.
Ellen does the dances,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So this is actually, you would love this, I think, because it's no more bullshit, basically. No more small talk. So you can do it on date nights, you can do it with friends, you can do it on your show. It's basically just a bunch of questions that I put together that spark deeper communication and forge soulful connections.
What?
So, yeah, so here.
Wait,
So
are
I'm
you
like
serious?
opening it. Yeah.
When did you do this?
I just launched it last week.
I love this. Oh my God, I'm gonna be using these all the
It's
time.
so much fun.
I'm gonna be like, okay, our question today is from Natasha Moor Cosmetics.
Yes, I would love that.
Oh no, I will definitely do that. Ooh, wow.
It's deep.
Yep. Describe your relationship with your mother and father. And you know what's crazy? This card was supposed to be pulled because I was gonna ask you about that. About your family dynamic, if you're an only child, if you have siblings, all of that. So
you're turning this around on me like the perfect host. Look at you. You know, I was a host back in the day.
Really?
Fashion TV. Fashion One. My first ever job was Fashion TV. So,
I did not know that.
So I know all the tricks.
No, she's like, I saw what you just did there. Yes, I did just do that. Well, thank you.
You're
for
welcome.
This. I love this. This actually is like such a great gift to me, because anytime I'm doing interviews, I always want it to be like really intentional and deep. Like definitely deep, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pull a few from here.
Please do, anytime, just whip it out.
I love that. I love that that's such a big part of your brand too.
It is. So forging meaningful connections and relationships. So back to your question of networking, super important. But not just networking for the sake of it, for the sake of it, for the fake of it. That's a good one.
But that's why I said that part, because that also is true. I feel like sometimes it is for the fake of it.
Yeah. But don't do it for the fake of it. Do it for genuinely wanting to get to know the person. And if you don't network. Just don't bother.
No, I literally actually just spoke about this last year, because when I first moved out here, it's funny, but I had another friend, and she's from LA, and I'm obviously not. I'm from NorCal, and when we would go to events, I feel like she was networking to network, like kind of to try to get something out. You know what I mean? That it's with intention. Instead of me, I was just there. And I was just trying to meet people. I was just like, so what's your story?
Yourself,
Why are you here? Just being yourself. And it's crazy that people really do catch on to that, and you being authentic and genuinely caring, and people want to like help you and work with you when they can feel it off you. So I do always said that, like, if you're gonna network, make sure it's intentional, and like if you don't want to talk to them, you're not interested, it's better to not, because people I think do pick up on.
Yeah, for sure.
We all do. I feel like we all are.
Energy is everything.
Oh my God.
Energy is what sets you apart. Like what can make you win an interview or not, you know, to get the job or not.
So true.
Yeah.
So let's go back to this question. Describe your relationship with your mother and father.
I'm close to both. I'm an only child. Close to both. Honestly, I feel like they're my children, because I'm the typical entrepreneur. I know what I want. I have my way of doing things, and I honestly treat everyone around me like they're kind of like my babies. Not in a bad way. I think it's nice. I like to nurture people. But same thing with my mom and dad. I'm like, what are you wearing? Who are you with? Like, seriously, I'm that. Even with my mom today, I'm like, okay, where are you going? What are you doing? Like, I'm more of the, what the hell are you doing with your makeup? No, like, I can be that person. And also just I'm close to them both, but they got divorced when I was 10 years old. So I had to grow up really fast, really, and only child, so I didn't really have anyone to lean on.
Would you say that was a part of you kind of being like this independent woman now? Like, was at 10 years old, was that a part of that journey, in this entrepreneur journey of like just learning?
Definitely, because I had to understand myself. I had to grow up so much. I was a rebel in high school. Believe it or not, I was.
Really?
Oh my God, I was such a rebel.
Wait.
I was the naughty kid in school.
You were the naughty
I was
kid?
the naughty kid.
I would never think
I was
that
not the
about
nerd.
you.
I would like steal.
She was not the nerd.
I was not. I wish, honestly, if there's anyone young watching this, being a nerd is so much better than being. Yeah, me and my fiance had a conversation. We want our kids, future kids, to, if you see this, to be hot nerds.
Yes.
Right? It's better than. We want hot nerds. That's the way to go.
No, it is the way to go, actually.
Right?
It's funny because, I mean, I wouldn't even consider myself that, but, I mean, I guess, a hot nerd, I guess.
Yes.
But
Claim it.
Claim it. But no, I actually love that because I was actually the opposite in high school. I was like super goody two-shoes, like just honestly, different level.
Wow.
And I look back and I'm like, thank goodness, honestly, I was like that. But I was gonna say, it is so important to be a nerd, honestly, of like, I just had to talk about that of, I think the only reason I'm like at the point I am now is kind of because I was a nerd in high school. Of like, I focused on my studies and I focused on clubs and I learned, I met a lot of mentors, people who were older than me.
Clubs. See, in my head, I was like, clubs. I was at the clubs at 16 years old. I'm like, clubs.
She's like,
on the I focused on the clubs too.
We're gonna have another time with this like past Natasha
No, but that
story.
was also good. Like, I'm not promoting that, but because of that, I was able to be super friendly. I was like, and in Hong Kong, the legal age is 18 anyway. So So like all the clubs would be like, oh, Natasha's here. And like all my friends would get VIP tables, bottles, everything. So I also had that, which is a good thing.
It is a good thing because no matter what, it was fun. You got to experience it. And now, I mean, you're super busy, so I can't imagine you probably don't get to do all that party animal stuff.
I miss it.
You do?
Well, not really. I'm quite boring now.
So on that note, a little bit too, how did you know once you started this entrepreneur journey that this was right for you? Because I feel like when we're starting to do something we've never done before, I feel like there is a lot of doubt that comes in your head of like, it takes a while, I feel like, almost to know of like, this is meant for me, I should keep doing it. Yeah, how did you know that this was for you?
So entrepreneurship is very lonely. And so even just climbing the ladder, sometimes you're kind of like, am I good enough? There's imposter syndrome where you're kind of like, I'm doing it every single day, and I'm pretending to be someone who I'm not. So you doubt yourself a lot, and it's normal. And it's just about finding the right people. Again, networking, but also just finding people who resonate with that and speaking to them and being open with them. For me, when I realized that, okay, this is, though I will say I still have doubts. I don't think that ever goes away. I think if you're an entrepreneur, you're kind of always wanting the most and wanting more. So reaching that level of greatness, you're always going to feel like you're not good enough. But knowing that this is something I'm here for, and knowing what my purpose is, comes from receiving that gratitude from people. Like, that's when I feel truly grateful, when someone is like, oh my God, I love this product and it's really impacted my life differently. That's when I'm like, okay, I know I'm on the right path.
No, most definitely. Well, how did you get to this point of being Natasha Moor and being just more confident in yourself and more sure of yourself? I know obviously there's probably days you don't feel like that,
definitely.
but overall, did you do any self-work, or what was that self-discovery journey?
The self-discovery journey, I think the confidence really just came from, I always looked at myself in the mirror and criticized. Always. Till today, I still do it. Yep. But I think the difference is I look at myself now, and instead of just focusing on the appearance, I actually focus on my intention. So like, I know that 100%, one thing I'm very proud of is that I am a good person. My intentions for people are good. And whether or not I'm going to, get cheated on by people around me, not necessarily in relationships only, but whether it's in business or friendships, backstabbed, I know my intention was always good. And so if my intention is good, I'm confident in myself.
I literally love that. That is so good. And also, like, Yeah, seeking value from inside. I think that's
rather
so,
than on the external.
Yeah, no, it really does like fuel your cup, and like no matter what, even when you wake up, maybe not feeling your best that day, knowing that if I'm a good person, I have a good heart, and I'm trying to put my best out into the world, will make you feel better. And when you just said intention, I want to ask you that question. What is your intention for this year?
Ooh, my intention for this year is to be extremely happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try and find happiness in every day.
Yeah.
Try.
Is that something last year that you struggled with a little bit?
Majorly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, it's like this. It's a roller coaster journey. So I had a lot of lows last year. I had a lot of highs. But because I'm always working on like this level, I'm always like, I need this. Like, if I don't, then I feel like I'm not doing good enough. So I think I just want to operate on a mental level where I'm just trying to focus on being happy. Like whatever I do that day needs to give me some form of happiness.
Yeah, no, that's really good, because I do think in like the entrepreneur world, it's so easy to find like your value in your accomplishments and your achievements and what you hit here, but it's like, just being happy through the whole journey.
Yeah.
Because even I feel that way, and I'm like, you can't feel like you're not valuable just because you haven't booked for a couple weeks, and you'll really feel that way. And it's like, no, because I think that's another big part of the whole journey. For people that are wanting to start their entrepreneur journey, what is the best piece of advice you have?
For people who are wanting to start it, if you truly believe that your intentions are pure, like I said from pretty much the whole conversation today, your intentions are pure and it's something you're truly passionate about, then definitely do it without a doubt in your mind. So many people said I couldn't do it. So many people said, why would you start a makeup brand? No one knows who you are. And it's just about believing in yourself and going for it and being a complete risk taker. I think the word risk comes with a lot of negative connotation, and you gotta eliminate the negativity and just focus on risk being actually a positive thing. Like, what is wrong in taking a risk? It's bold, it's powerful, and it's you.
That's so good. You mentioned a point too I just want to talk about really briefly, is that you have to be okay, I guess, with like when you first launched yourself as a business, you probably were thinking of those things of like, people are probably like, what is she doing? Who does she think she is? Like, she doesn't know people like this. How did you silence that? Because I even remember me when I started, I was like, okay, Leah, you realize like people are about to be like, she's really cringy. Like, who does she think she is?
I was gonna say, the cringe stuff, sometimes you have to do it because people are gonna say shit, whether it's good or bad. Whether you're doing amazing things in your life, they're gonna say stuff. Whether you're doing horrible things. So you just do you, and be the best version of you. As long as you're impacting the world, or if you don't even wanna impact the world, then that's fine. If you wanna impact your immediate circle with positivity, do it. Just make an impact somehow. And it'll fuel you.
Well, thank you so much for this conversation today. I literally loved it. It fueled my cup so much, and I hope it did for your guys' too. And I hope you guys got a little bit more encouragement today. If you want to start your entrepreneurial journey, or you're just looking to do something new this year, start a new passion project, we hope that this helped, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Thank you so much, Natasha. Bye, everyone.